Fixing to put a flat set in here. This is just a big ag field, big hay field, and there's old pond, or a small pond right here. And these coyotes, Bryan seen droppings on them, and they come across this. They're going to come across this dam right here. They're going to mark the territory. Bryan says he's seen sign all out here where they're hunting and all, but they're always coming across this dam as well and marking their territory. So he's going to put a flat set in, show us how to do that.
And this spot right here, there is a cow trail, fairly faint cow trail. The grass has grown back up, but you can see it going across the pond dam. You could put a set in right here. There's actually a fox track right there. You can barely make it out. Right there. But you could put a set in right here, but there's coyote droppings there, and the wind is blowing down this pond dam. I'm going to put a trap right here.
And this is going to be a flat set.
This is going to be a flat set. So now, if for some reason he works the side of the pond and comes up here, or he's coming in from behind us or down the pond dam, when he gets to here or over here, no matter which way that wind's blowing, he's going to smell where I have some lure here for this flat set. I normally use my claw hammer to dig my trap beds, but this ground's so hard we've got to use a mattock. Big clumps like that, I'll go ahead and somewhat break them up in the trap bed as much as I can.
That's so you can use the dirt for packing dirt.
Just use that dirt for packing dirt, and it'll run through your sifter a lot easier.
So you were telling me when you come into a piece of property, first thing you're doing is usually first day setting as many as you can, setting a ton of dirt hole traps, and then you come back behind that on day 2 and so forth and start putting in flat sets. Why is that, Bryan?
Normally I try to set a bunch of dirt holes right at first, because it's setting dirt holes is very repetitive, and if you're putting in flat sets and P-posts and dirt holes, it starts taking you a little more time, to where if you're just doing dirt holes one day, and you can get in, set a bunch of traps, set on sign, a bunch of rocks, and trying to set on sign with those dirt holes that very first day, so that have a good chance of catching anything that likes eye appeal. And then on day 2, while I'm running my trap, I start putting in some flat sets, and I may put in 20-30 sets the first day. Second day I may put in 10 or 12, but usually those 10 or 12 are going to be flat sets. And I just like to do my dirt holes first, and it's just what works for me when I'm running my traps, and how I set places up.
So you're fixing to get to really blending all this in, and you're just not going to just blend that trap bed. You're fixing to, you showed me earlier, you're fixing to kind of blend the surroundings.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to get some dirt from over here somewhere else to blend everything in better right here in this location. Just mainly so that this spot right here, I do not want this spot to stand out at all, or no more than I have to. To where if it was a dirt hole, I somewhat want a pattern here because I want the eye appeal, but with flat sets I do not want a pattern. So I'll go back and sift dirt over pretty much this whole area, so that as soon as he comes up, he's already standing on loose dirt or sifted dirt. So once he finally decides he wants to smell what's here, he's already comfortable with standing on this freshly dug dirt.
Okay. All right, now tell me what you're doing with those rocks.
This set is, it's a variation of a flat set. It's going to be a walkthrough. I know where my pan is at. Me personally, I like to have my pan here and my tractor about where the end of my pinky finger's at. So I know where my pan is. So there's my tractor. There's the pan. There's the other tractor.
You got about an inch in between your thumbs.
About an inch in between them.
Okay.
And on these walkthroughs, I like to use gland lure. This one here is Wayne Derrick's G-Man. I've caught a lot of coyotes on this one, and it's fairly sticky. And on these rock sets or walkthroughs, I like a sticky lure. It'll stick to the side of that rock. I'll put coyote gland on one, and either a curiosity gland on the other, or a curiosity lure on the other, or red fox gland or cat gland. But on this one here, I'm using Fox Hollow torpedo. I'm not sure what all is in it, but this torpedo lure has some attraction to canines, and they like it. So now, when this coyote comes up here, he may try to pee on this one. He could try to pee on this one. But when he comes down this pond dam, regardless of which direction, in order to work this set, he has to cross through at some point. And right there, where the cross makes the X, is where the trap pan is at. So hopefully that's where he'll put his foot.
And that's why you call it a walkthrough set?
That's the reason we call it a walkthrough set. Now on flat sets, you are going to miss animals, because these animals do not read a textbook. They don't know how they're supposed to react to it as far as what we think they should be doing. So you may come up and you may have a track here, you could have tracks over here. They work it from different directions, but chances are he's going to put his foot right in the center at some point in time when he's walking through. So now all we have to do is blend the set in. And now we're down to dirt clods, so I'll get the rest of it, or the rest of my dirt.
Now it's starting to look like you can't tell where your trap bed is if we didn't know where it was, you know.
Yeah, so now you can't really see where that trap was at or is at, which is what we're looking for.
All right, Brian, so just kind of give me a little recap. You came in here yesterday. We're in a road bed on a small power line here. And tell me what you set here as far as your trap you set here in the road.
Yeah, this spot here, of course, this is a big cow pasture. It's got a cattle trail here that I had set the trap on. And we set a flat set here, but I used droppings from a coyote that out of a different area, and this clump of grass just somewhat stood out to me right on the edge of this cattle trail. And these animals are going to run this cattle trail just like the cows will. So I bedded a trap in front of the clump of grass, about 8 to 10 inches back, and put a dropping out in front of it with some gland lure right next to the grass. Very first night we had us a kitty cat.
So so this is what you call a classic flat set right here.
Yeah, this is one of my go-to style flat sets. I like to either use rocks, or mainly using rocks, or a clump of grass, or in this case we had a clump of grass, so I put some droppings beside the clump, and then plus with the gland lure, that's a little more attracted to this set, or them wanting to come in and try to figure out who it was that come through their area, trying to just see who has passed through that they don't know, and it's just as attractive to bobcats as it is to coyotes.